dog sled. And people were just freaking out, like, oh, how good would they be on a dog team? Mostly useless. And then their interest waned. But these groups of people, some of them have 40 and 50 huskies specifically trained year-round just to run their mini Iditarod. But any other questions? Has anybody come up with anything as I continue to babble? Yes?
Do you guys sell your puppies?
We do sell puppies. Right now we're not actively breeding. Naya and the stud that was Kuma's father are both old enough to have been retired, spayed, and fixed. Kuma's still standing at stud, but we don't actively have a female at home right now. But I do, if you guys follow us on Facebook and shoot me a message, I can get you hooked up with a number of breeders. One terrific one, April Ahrens here in the St. Louis area that has their bloodline. She has one of Naya's granddaughters, either daughters or granddaughters. Gal in Chicago just had a litter of puppies a week ago that are out of one of Naya's granddaughters. And like I said, puppies kind of all over the country, so it depends on where you're at. But I can get you information and stuff. The other thing is I do highly encourage people. There is an Akita rescue here in the St. Louis area. There's also a terrific rescue out of southern Wisconsin, just above the Chicago area, called the Wisconsin Akita and Friends Rescue. Those organizations typically do a very good job screening the animals. You know, if an animal has been abused and the temperament, they've just snapped, and there's not a rehabilitation issue, they'll let those go. But if they go into a shelter and there's a perfectly sweet Akita that just, you know, somebody could no longer keep in their home, then they will pull those out of the kill shelters and try to get them adopted back into homes. They do a good job for some of the health issues, but more for the temperament, whether they're good with kids, whether they're good with other dogs, cats. Akitas, if they're not raised with cats, will usually try to chase them and eat them because it's a strong prey drive. These two are both terrified of cats. I socialized them when they were little with my mother's cat, who was part farm cat, part Siamese, and thinks he's an attack cat. And he still has all 5 pointy ends. And when he sees a dog, regardless of how big it is, enter his house, he gets as big as he can and just full-on attack mode. And they learned really early to run away from the cat. And even the outdoor farm cats that run, they just kind of watch them like, is that one going to come back and double back and get me? He's particularly afraid of the cats. But he was about 3 months old when one lodged a full set of claws into his nose because he was sniffing too close. So it's not a bad thing when you have an animal with a strong prey instinct to teach them not to eat kitties. Other questions? Yes?
So, you said there were like 8 to 12 of them, depending on the coloration?
And 5 to 8 usually for pet, 1,200 and up usually when you're looking at breeding rights. Yeah. Usually. All right. Other than that, I will let you guys go. You guys can pet the pups as you head out. Thank you for coming in to learn about them and